Tell me what?
Not very sporting of Lindsay to walk away like that.
Why was he helping Peter blackmail Channing? He didn't say.
You weren't listening, Dad.
Because their friendship broke up? What does that mean?
I believe he said relationship. It's all there, Dad, if you want to see it.
Mason, you know, you are so jealous of Channing that even your accusations don't make sense anymore.
Maybe this will help.
What is it?
It's a keepsake from Lindsay. See for yourself.
It's Channing. What am I supposed to see?
Channing's arm around Lindsay.
Well, he said they were friends.
Where are they, Dad?
I don't know. Looks like,
a bar. That's right. But what kind of bar has only men in it, Dad? In pairs. Or rather, couples. Look closer. What kind of place is that, Dad? And what do you suppose Channing was doing there?
You want me to bare my soul to you pirates, don't you? Go ahead, ask me anything you want.
Come on, we're not that bad.
Sure you are. You're going to ask me what I like and what I want to do, and if or not I wear anything to bed.
No.
I promise you I'll just tell you what I would tell my own mother. Okay,
Dear CC,
I love music, and
may the image of this woman,
I love
recorded
sailing,
years ago,
and I love skiing,
bring you comfort and a smile today and in days to come.
Except I just cry at the drop of a hat and feel vulnerable all the time.
Good. Now, the scene you're going to be playing, Sophia, it's a love scene. Do you think of yourself as sexy?
So, you kept this to remember Sophia by. Well, I have a little surprise for you. She kept something of yours, too.
Something of mine.
Ah, the manly thing to do, as always.
that is the lowest kind of smear.
Yeah, I knew you'd think that.
You know, you amaze even me. Paying this man to come here faking that photograph.
Channing was gay, Dad. Homosexual, that way.
You're a liar.
Believe me, if I'd been paying Lindsay, I'd have paid him to be more explicit.
This is almost laughable. Do you think that the one snapshot is going to make me believe that your brother was that way when I'm raising his son?
I didn't say he was sterile.
He was a father, a man.
Anyone can have children. That doesn't take any special talent.
It takes a woman and a man.
Very astute. But he gave up the woman in favor of Lindsay, and you paved the way by sending Santana off to have Brandon.
Oh, you're mad. I think you've gone completely over the edge this time.
No such luck, Dad. Ask anyone. You're the only one in the house who doesn't know.
I will. Who's that? Eden?
It's Santana, Cece. I'm only here to take Mama home. I'm not going to stay, and I'm not even going to try and see Brandon.
Well, ask her, Dad. What better witness? She's certainly proven that she's no friend of mine.
Santana, come here.
Ask her what?
Santana, you love Channing.
Well, at the time I did, yes.
You were more intimate with him than any of the rest of us. You bore his child.
Yes?
What I'm trying to ask, as preposterous as it may be, would you please tell Mason there is no possible way that Channing could have been a homosexual?
You told him?
It was time.
Mason, knowing what it could do to him? How could you be that vicious?
It's not true. No.
Steve, you're back. Where have you been?
Looking for Christy. Is she cold?
No, Mom's asleep on your bed.
Where was she? Did you make a scene at the Capitals?
You don't want to know. Don't ask. We came back here thinking maybe you found Christy.
Not yet, and I'm going to.
Steve, tell me something. Do you think that maybe she knows who her real attacker is?
I was as surprised as anybody with what she said in that courtroom.
Yeah, I know, but, I've been thinking about it. She's so secretive and she is so scared. I think that maybe she's running away from him. Maybe it's even somebody that she cares about or used to care about, and she's protecting him.
I doubt it. Mary, look, I'm trying to concentrate.
I have seen this happen before. Sometimes a woman will identify with the attacker and begin to think that it's her fault somehow, especially if it's someone she knows, but even somebody as brutal as the man...
Mary, will you shut up about that? I'm sorry. I'm concerned, too.
No, you're right. The important thing is to find her now.
Yeah.
You'll never look for me here.
I got you into this, and no one is going to hurt you. Not if I can help it.
A gift for Cece. How thoughtful of you.
Yeah, here's the note I'm sending with it.
Of course, that doesn't alter the fact that for some 20-odd years, you've kept Sophia Capwell on tape as your most prized possession.
It wasn't tape in those days. It was film. It was transferred. And she was Sophia Wayne, not Capwell.
Gee, maybe I should have played it. What did you do after the questioning? Take off that tasteful boa and go into burlesque?
It was an audition tape as Sophia Wayne. May I have it, please?
No! Lionel, why did you hold on to it?
I suppose to keep my conscience alive. I thought I'd killed her. After she came back, I kind of forgot I had it.
What made you think of it today?
I was trying to think of something nice to do for Cece. The man is dying. I thought that bit of history might give him pleasure, that's all.
Oh, well, give it to him. But just make sure you do. I don't want to find it here when I come back from that ridiculous funeral party of yours.
You won't. Think anybody will show up?
Well, you invited half the city. It was hard to cancel all of them. I didn't have much time.
Well, thanks for doing it. I would have been embarrassed doing it myself.
Understandable.
You have to wear black, though. I mean, it might give people the wrong idea.
Well, I do have a lot to mourn, don't I?
Yeah. Augusta, tell me something. You said that Sophia had something of mine. What were you talking about? You're being very mysterious. I get the feeling I'm not getting the whole story.
Well, I guess it's my turn, isn't it?
Cece, are you all right?
You know where they used to meet, Dad? In the tunnel. That's where Channing and his boyfriend used to do the act of darkness, just like Sophia and Lionel.
Mason, shut up.
We have a heritage of subterranean desires. I think it's sad, but kind of touching, don't you?
Can't you see what you're doing to him?
Oh, he's all right. He's just seeing what the rest of the dinosaurs saw when they woke up one fine morning in their swamps and heard the hail falling. Extinction. Utter uselessness. Isn't that right, Dad?
Cece?
Come on, Dad. Hit me. Too late to hit Channing, isn't it? So you might as well hit me instead.
Cece, what are they doing to you? What's wrong?
Sophia, our boy, Channing, he...
Sissy, what happened? I think I know what happened.
That man was here, Lindsay Smith.
Where is he?
Lindsay would never have done this. It was Mason's doing. It's all his doing.
Are you happy now? Do you feel good?
Yes.
Sophia, is it true? About Channing's? Santana said that it was.
Darling, no one can know that now.
Of course we know. I have letters from Lindsay to Channing, Channing to Lindsay.
Well, then keep them to yourself.
Why do you think Peter Flint was able to blackmail Channing, Dad? Channing may have been sleazy, but he certainly wasn't dumb. If you'd found out back then, well, he would have died at his father's hand instead of his mother's. Always a perfect wife, aren't you? Fighting his battles, spending his money, keeping his secrets. Keeping your own, too. I hope I'm around the day you come clean, lady.
You think you've really bested Channing now? Well, I can see through your game very clearly, Mason. No matter what Channing did or what he was is nothing compared to the abomination of sleeping with your own father's wife.
Yes, and that accounts for your timing, doesn't it, Mason? One bestial act deserves another. Just because you were caught, you felt that Channing should be too.
Oh, surprise me, Dad. Defend Channing now. Tell me he was misunderstood. Tell me it doesn't make your skin crawl to think of him and Lindsay Smith down in that
Stop
tunnel.
it! I have heard enough filth for one night. Cece.
I'm all right.
Cece, you're not all right, and you know it. I want you to come with me and lie down, and I'm going to call Dr. Biddles.
Not as long as they're here.
They won't be here very long. I'll see to it. Come on.
Where are you taking him?
What's the matter, Dad? Can't take the heat anymore?
Mason, he's white as a sheet. That hurt him terribly.
Oh, he'll rebound with something. He won't let me win if he can help it.
All right, now get out.
I suppose you're going to comfort him now, as only you can do. Well, that's just fine. I'm going to Ted's party anyway. At least we like each other.
Yes, I raised my children to be kind to the less fortunate.
No, Sophia, you didn't raise your children at all. That's the problem. You left them. Too bad Channing didn't have a mother who loved him enough to stay around.
Get out.
Sophia, is something wrong with Cece?
Yeah, why did he limp out of here like a wounded bull?
What do you think? He's not young anymore. He can't keep taking these constant attacks on him and everything he holds dear. No one could.
Well, I'll leave for now. But tell him I'll be back for round 2.
Good night, Santana.
I have to wait for my mother.
I will have the driver bring Russell home.
Sophia, I am worried about Cece too.
Like hell you are. You're the one that arranged for Gina and Mason to be found by him. And then this?
Sophia, he asked me point blank. What was I supposed to do?
I don't care what you said. You could have said anything and that would have been the end of it.
I hope you don't expect me to apologize for telling him the truth.
I expect you to get out of here right now before I have good reason to never have you back in this house.
You know, I used to think that you were on my side.
There is only one side now, Santana, and that is Cece's good night. Hello? Oh, yes, Dr. Biddles. Yes, I did call you. Thank God. I need you to come right away. It's Cece. Oh, Dr. Biddles, am I glad to see you. Please come in.
How is he?
He's had a terrible shock.
Yeah, well, it's fine, but would you tell the bartender to put 2 olives in this one? I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, Lionel. Augusta.
Frank, hello. Isn't anybody else here?
You look beautiful in black. Is that the wrong thing to say?
Oh, no, I forgive you. Well, I guess everyone heard or they weren't planning on coming. Oh, is that Gina Capwell?
Heard what? Augusta, where's Lionel?
Oh, he's not coming. I'm sorry. The party was canceled.
Canceled?
It is Gina. I wonder if she was invited.
Lionel, so soon?
What?
Augusta, look, you don't have anything to worry about. I'm going to take care of everything, okay?
Oh, fine. Thanks, Frank.
I'll tell you what. I'll sell a milk truck. I'll move in with you, and I'll comfort all your children. I promise. You don't have a thing to worry about, okay?
Thank you, Frank.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Did you need me now?
No, I'm fine.
Okay.
Fine.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Ted already left? Well, I'll stay anyway. Augusta.
Good evening, Gina.
Well, can I get you something to drink?
Oh, thank you. I'll have, I don't know, Virgin Mary would be fine, thanks.
I'll put that on my husband's tab.
That's very generous of you.
Well, it's my pleasure. Please have a seat.
Oh, thanks, I will. Oh, I forgot to tell you something. The party's been canceled.
Yes, you're telling me. Here's to a woman who managed to save her husband from Sophia's clutches, which is something that I could not do.
Well, I take it that you didn't come for Lionel's party.
No, I've been thrown out of the house.
Oh?
Another mild stroke?
About as severe as the last. Actually, the medical term is transient ischemic attack. It's like a stroke, but briefer. You're very lucky, but it's only going to leave you weaker.
Well, I'm not going to the hospital. I've taken all your tests. You've already told me that nothing can be done surgically.
You'll go if that's the only way I can get you to follow orders.
He's taken his aspirin and his blood pressure medication. I've seen to it.
And didn't I tell you to avoid stressful situations?
Believe me, I would if I could.
Then I suggest you tell all the people around you exactly what your condition is.
If you knew those people, you would think twice. They'd be dancing on my grave before I died.
I'm going to increase the dosage. Have this filled right away. It's your life, Cece. I'd just like to help you prolong it.
So would I.
Then go to bed. Oh, I found this outside the front door.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself, Cece.
Thank you, Doctor. So, do you want me to help you upstairs?
I'm not going upstairs. Tell me, that boy I love so much was a homosexual.
Because, Cece, I knew you'd react the way you're reacting now.
Well, how was I supposed to take it? Don't you think it mattered to me because it does?
Of course it does.
I idolized that boy. He was the man I always thought I should have been. Now to find out that he had this problem, this sickness.
Darling, I don't begin to understand it either. But I do know one thing. It's not a sickness.
Well, I may be old-fashioned, Sophia, but it is to me and it always will be. I want you to go to the study. I want you to go to Channing's room and get all of his pictures, his trophies, everything, and bring them here.
Why?
Because I'm going to burn them.
No, I forbid it. He was my son, too.
If you won't do it, then I'll do it myself.
All right.
And from now on, I never want Channing's name mentioned in my presence. Channing Kepwell Jr. does not exist.
Buy your own drink.
Why did you have to involve me in all of that, Mason?
Because you were there. It's what you get for being nice to your mother.
I never wanted Cece to know.
Actually, it couldn't have worked out better. As Channing's token girlfriend, Dad would have wanted you there sooner or later for testimony anyway. Your being there just sort of made things more tidy.
And now he's gonna hate me. I'm just gonna be a reminder to him.
He wasn't wild about you in the first place, Santana.
And you know what's worse? Sophia is gonna blame me.
Well, what's the matter, Santana? Losing your foot in the door?
Yes, thanks to you. Sophia understood. She couldn't be with her children when they were growing up, and she understood how I felt about Brandon. And now...
Well, now, maybe you'll realize if you ever try to hang me out to dry again, you'll be right out there with me.
You know, I am really glad that Cece found out about you and Gina and threw you out of the house.
Mm-hmm. Now you'll have somebody to come visit. Bring toys to when Dad slams the door in your face. Speaking of Gina, I guess she didn't find Ted. I saw her in the other room with Augusta. Why wouldn't I like to be in on that conversation?
Excuse me, we're looking for people who knew Christy Duvall when she used to work here.
Christy still hasn't shown up yet, huh?
No, she hasn't, and we haven't heard from her.
Steve?
Mason?
Well, tell you what. Just to show there are no hard feelings, why don't we all have a drink on Dad?
Now promise me you won't tell anyone.
Of course not, Gina. Your secret will never leave this room.
All right, Augusta. You know, I think you have a wonderful husband.
Why is it that all of Cece's wives find Lionel irresistible?
No, I just mean compared to my husband, yours is wonderful.
Oh, Gina, you're having difficulties with Cece, huh?
Yes, I am. I am not perfect, but neither is he.
Oh, you're just going through the trials. I've been there before. They'll pass.
Well, in a way, they already have.
Oh, really?
He's divorcing me for Sophia.
That scheming... What did he do? Throw you out on the street?
No, she threw me out.
How? Why? What did she accuse you of?
I just happened to be in the line of fire when Cece found out about, I don't know if I should be telling you this, but, well, Cece found out something shocking about his son Channing.
Do you mean that he knows?
Does Cece know what?
About Channing, his little pride and joy.
But how did you know?
Never mind. How did Cece find out?
Well, Mason told him.
Mason?
Well, yes, Mason finds things out. He tells everybody, and the whole family knows.
The whole family? Oh, my God. Do you think they'll tell anyone else?
I don't think so. Cece wouldn't dare. It was a terrible shock.
How did he react? What did he do?
He turned pale as a ghost, ordered everyone out of the house so he could be alone with Sophia.
Oh, that's good. You sharpen your claws. That divorce has not been finalized.
But, Augusta, we all knew, not just Sophia.
Oh, but she's the one who has lied all these years, letting Cece think that Channing was his son and not Lionel's.
What?
You heard me.
Channing is Lionel's son? Oh, my.
Isn't that what we're talking about?
Well, I wish I would have known.
Gina, you tricked me.
No, I didn't. I thought you were talking about... Augusta, you made me so happy.
Talking about what?
Well, I have to go. I really have to go.
You're not going anywhere. What did you think I meant?
Well, I was going to tell you, but you started talking first.
It's about Channing, isn't it? Tell me.
Well, yes. I found out that he was gay.
Cece must have hit the roof.
Oh, he did. Augusta, are you absolutely sure that Channing was Lionel's son?
Yes, I'm sure. Gina, you cannot tell Cece.
Why not?
Because think what will happen.
I am. He'll tear Sophia apart, throw her out of the house, just like you said.
No. If Channing is not a Capwell, then that means Brandon isn't. And you will lose all your leverage with Cece.
No, Cece loves Brandon. It doesn't matter if he's a Capwell or not.
Blood is thicker than water, and in this case, gold. If he finds out that there's Lockridge blood...
You want me to bare my soul to you pirates, don't you? Go ahead, ask me anything you want.
Come on, we're not that bad.
Sure you are. You're going to ask me what I like and what I want to do, and if or not I wear anything to bed.
No.
I promise you I'll just tell you what I would tell my own mother. Okay, I love music, and I love art, and I love to sail.
Dr. Biddle's brought it in.
Dr. Biddle's?
It's not from you?
No, it's one of my old audition interviews. I don't remember what for.
Well, there was a note with it. Dear Cece, may the image of this woman recorded years ago give you comfort and a smile today and in the days to come. A friend.
Isn't that strange? It was awfully nice of somebody, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. I'll play it when I'm alone, when you can't be with me. It'll remind me of the woman that I fell in love with, that I love today. You brought them. Is that everything?
Yes.
Did you clear out Channing's room?
wasn't much left, Cece.
I'll never forgive him for making me do this.
Cece, you don't have to do it.
That boy was the reason for my living all of these years. When you went away, he understood. He took better care of me than I did of him. He was the only one of the children old enough to understand how much you meant to me and how I missed you.
He adored you. He would have done anything for you or to be like you.
I was so proud of him. He was so much better than me at his age. Scholar, horseman, athlete. And then to realize, but Sophia, I never saw any signs that would make him any different.
Cece, is that difference so important now, especially now?
Maybe I asked too much. Maybe, did I do this to him? Did I?
No, darling, no.
Well, then why?
I don't know. Why are you yourself? Why is anybody anybody? Channing was different from you, yes. But so was Eden and Kelly and Ted and Mason, and they were all raised the same way in the same house with the same love. There's no accounting for it. But does it really make that much difference?
But it's abhorrent to me. It's something that I've never understood. Sometimes I wish I would.
Darling, we're not talking about abstract issues now. We're not talking about homosexuality for or against. We're talking about our son. He was what he was. You had no say in it at all. Maybe Channing didn't either. But the only thing in this matter is whether we love him or not.
And your feelings haven't changed for him?
I was shocked when I heard, and I don't understand. I still don't understand. But then I realized that my understanding something like this is not a requirement for what happens in this world. And then I started to think, and I thought, Channing wasn't promiscuous, he wasn't reckless, he wasn't a criminal. He had one relationship with one other person. And apparently there were a lot of good, strong feelings on both sides. Darling, is that so terrible? Channing had a child, out of marriage, and I wasn't ashamed of that. As a matter of fact, it brought me great joy. So I think that if Channing found, with this young man, some sort of happiness, I'm going to try not to judge, but to be happy for him.
I do love him, Sophia. I do. How could I love him all this time? I couldn't change that now if I wanted.
I don't want you to try.
How could I feel anything else? Well, Channing came to us our first year. Our love was so new, and everything had changed for me in the world. Just that alone would reserve a place in my heart for as long as I live.
Believe me, I know about divorce. I have done extensive research.
Oh?
If you have to have something that he wants, you've got Brandon. Now, if you play your cards right.
Hey, Frank.
Lionel.
Yeah, I decided to come after all.
But Augusta said...
Said what? I'm not dead, Frank. Maybe she wished I was dead, but I'm not.
Then why was the party canceled?
Well, you see, not only am I not dead, I'm not dying. At least not until a normal time.
Oh, Lionel.
Huh?
God, I'm really happy, man. That makes me feel wonderful.
Oh.
Gosh, I guess... And Augusta won't be needing me to move in with her.
Innocent man came very close to going to prison.
Yeah, I know.
Now the trick is to find the real rapist. Wouldn't want to be in your shoes.
What's that supposed to mean?
Just that I don't think he'll be easy to find, that's all.
Oh, yeah. Well, look, if you excuse me, I'm going to keep asking around here, see if Anyone's heard from Christy?
All right. I apologize for Steve. I don't know why he's so pent up and tense. I guess I've been driving him crazy.
Oh.
Well, I'm so on edge about Christy. I just keep praying she's all right. Apparently she was when she talked to Ted, right? Although I didn't know about that until you told me. But Mason, if nothing was wrong, why did she run away?
Well, it's not the first time, is it?
No, but... Well, that was before, when she was fed up with my mom's drinking and my stepfather's abuse. That's all changed now.
Some things are hard to forget. And forgive. Families, most of all.
Why is that, do you think? I mean, we don't have to be shaped by our unhappy memories. Why is it so hard to break away?
I guess it's because precious few of us want to.
Come on, Ted, pick up the phone. Come on. Where are you?
Gee, Lionel, it's a crying shame. It really is. You wrote such a wonderful eulogy.
I don't mind if it goes to waste, Frank.
Except, what's this word?
Insatiable?
Satiable? Satiable appetite for life and... Okay. What's this one?
Exhilaration.
Exhilaration. By golly, I mind, Lionel.
What?
I mind.
What is that? Frank?
Ladies and gentlemen.
Frank, what are you gonna do?
Seriously, could I have your attention a minute?
Wait, Frank, don't.
I want to read you some beautiful words written about a very dear friend of mine, Lionel Lockridge, who I'd like for a moment to pretend that he's dead. For argument's sake, okay? We begin with a beautiful poem here, selected by the deceased and written by
Algernon.
Charles Swinburne, who I think is probably also... Huh? Yeah, he's a goner too. So this is a double whammy. I shall begin. A man's speech is a burning fire. With his lips he travaileth. In his heart is a blind desire, in his eyes foreknowledge of death. He weaves and is clothed in derision. Sows, and he shall not reap between asleep and asleep. You've come here today at the request of, all right, the party's canceled, okay, but just, well, I realize it. But anyway, a man who has always aspired to immorality.
Immortality. Yeah.
See, I can't even read this thing, Lionel. It's a shame because there's some beautiful, I mean, the man had an insatiable exhilaration. I should know. I went out with his wife several times. And I never met anybody so full of, I mean, Lionel, not his wife. I mean, that's another story, okay? So full of life and energy and thoughts you wouldn't believe. Let me finish that. I mean, I think things now, ideals, all by myself that I never used to realize. And it's all because I can't do it, Len. I can't pretend anymore.
Frank, thank you. You have done admirably. You really have.
It's too sad, man.
Oh,
You're dead and it's too sad.
Well, it would have been, but it isn't. So cheer up.
Is it all right?
It was fine, really.
Sure?
Super.
Okay, man.
Quite a performance, huh?
What was it about?
Lionel, there's no telling. Mary? Can you take a cab home, you think?
Sure. What did you find out?
Nothing. Nobody here's heard from her. But I'd like to try Jade, and I've got a few other names, too.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Thanks. Mason?
Steve? Well, I'm sure you'll hear from Christy before long. In the meantime, if you need any help finding her, I make a pretty good bloodhound.
I bet you do. Mason, thank you for not throwing back in my face all those things I said to you about your family during the trial. I was really afraid that you would, and, well, not that you needed to, of course. I remember every word I said.
You're forgiven. But as penance, you will have to forego the cab and let me drive you home. Okay?
Frank, you were a revelation.
Coming from you, Augusta, I consider that a compliment.
Not necessarily.
Oh, yes, I insist. And I'm very happy to meet you. Do you have a regular milkman?
Down, Frank, down, come on, Frank. Frank? Huh? Is Cece okay? How is he?
Well, he's not doing very well, but he's no worse off than you.
Oh, well, please give him my regards, will you? I'm going to take Frank home.
What a good idea.
Yeah. Buddy.
Go ahead, I have the car.
Come on, champ. Come on, buddy.
Lionel and Frank seem very, very close. Maybe this thing is hereditary.
How can I trust you not to tell anyone when you're talking like that?
All right. But let me tell Mason.
No,
Please let me.
you cannot tell Mason. You will go to Cece or Lionel or both. Look, Gina, when the time is right, I promise you I will help you bring this whole thing to light.
All right, but I don't know if I could promise what's going to happen when I get home and come face to face with Sophia.
You don't want to go home. You don't want to go back there. Come to my house where you can rest. You don't want to go back there and be a bundle of nerves.
Well, I don't know if I want to do that.
Oh, come on. We'll talk all night, just like teenagers. And if Cece worries, we'll just let him.
All right. Let him worry. But I don't think he will worry.
Of course he will. Come on. Come on.
Oh, I almost froze at the beach.
Well, first of all, you shouldn't have taken off your shoes and run in the water if you're cold.
Hey,
What?
think it's cold enough to start a fire?
Well, I don't know.
You want to?
I don't know. I'm kind of warm.
You are.
Yeah, you want to come see how warm
You
I
are?
am?
Pretty warm.
Don't even think of it. Don't. No way. No.
I have to. I have
Come
to.
on.
I'm so sorry. Hello.
Lakin, hi, it's Christy. Is Ted there?
Who is it? Hello?
Well, if Lakin doesn't want to talk to me, you sure don't.
Christy, where are you? People are worried about you. Are you all right? Christy, are you there?
Yeah.
Where are you? Is it some train station?
Will you just stop asking me where I am and listen? Ted, you gotta be careful. Get your dad to hire a guard or something, some way to protect you. There's a man, he might be after you, and he's dangerous.
Is this the man who raped you?
Yes.
What about you, Christy?
He won't find me.
Christy?
Look, I hope someday I can explain, but I can't now. Ted, I'm sorry. Just be careful.
Ted, she did not say that she was in trouble. She said you were.
Okay, wait. If that was the train station, I would have heard voices and announcements and stuff. But that was a train I heard.
Ted, what makes you think that she's not inventing this whole thing just to get your attention? That's all she's ever done.
Well, because it all figures. Now, Christy has been raped, and she's too scared to say who it is. Now, he's out there, and she's running from him. Now, apparently he's after me, which means that he's obviously jealous or at least angry that the charges did not stick. Okay, so now we got to do something about it, which I think we should call Christy's brother, Steve.
I said I don't want Mason Cappel's help.
Steve, if he can help us find her.
He can't. Besides, Christy's all right. Don't waste your sympathy on her.
What are you talking about?
Oh, look, she played us for fools. She's ruined my reputation and ran off like some hunted fugitive. I'm the one that's got trouble. I got the DA breathing down my neck.
Steve, would you listen to yourself?
Whatever is wrong with this family can be traced back to her. Remember that.
Want to try to start upstairs on your own, then I'll bring your medication and bring you something to drink?
All right, fine.
How will you sleep tonight, Dad? Knowing what you know now. Will you be kept awake by the sound of imaginary bricks tumbling from the walls of your imaginary Channing Capwell Junior University?
That university will be built.
In whose name? Yours?
Channing's. You were hoping that I would be small-minded enough to forget everything that boy meant to me. You were almost right. Sophia made me realize what I would be throwing away. Channing's sexual preference had nothing to do with the reasons why I loved him. Why should I love him any less now?
Mason.
It's all right, Sophia. He's run out of weapons. I've survived them all.
What are you doing back here? Mason? Mason, answer me. Don't you think you've done enough damage?
Yes, to myself. He really did love him, Sophia. I thought all this time that he loved what Channing pretended to be. And that if he knew that Channing was no better than I am, but it didn't matter. He loved Channing because he was yours, and he hates me because I'm not.
Mason, no.
Don't touch me. I no longer feel any obligation to fairness or truth with either one of you. I was beaten before my feet ever touched the ground. So be it, Sophia. You hear me? So be it.
And don't forget, Santa Barbara is with us once again on Thursday afternoon here on Sky One. In half an hour, it's the Brady Bunch, but stay with us now as after the break, Christopher Biggins meets today's contestants for the Christmas Eve edition of Wife of the Week.